Same old garbage for the last 6 weeks. How can you stand it?
In these surroundings, one simply has to limit one's horizons.
I can't think of anything more important. No, not even that. Because I want to be part of it. More than I've wanted to be part of something for a long time. Yeah. Me too. Sam!
Yeah. Hey.
Come in a second.
Sure. What's up?
When a woman says she needs to see you to talk about her future and your role in it, how would you take that?
Well, that depends on what the role is.
Just talk to Janet.
All right, she's getting remarried in a couple months, isn't she?
Yeah. It's on the books. But she needs to see me to discuss my role in her future.
Well, Bailey, I wouldn't read too much into it. I mean...
Then why would she need to see me?
Well...
What if she still has feelings for me? That the idea of marrying Daniel is a mistake. She wants me to talk her out of it.
Bailey, I don't...
Remember when she was here at Christmas?
Yeah, I remember that you two were yelling at each other.
That's my point exactly. We're two Irish kids from Hell's Kitchen. We know each other. We can still push each other's buttons, and you can't do that unless you feel something.
Sorry, we have a situation regarding Donald Lucas. We don't know how, but he's gotten on the internet. Bells and whistles went off at my place at 5:30 this morning.
Why the hell does he have computer privileges in the first place?
It's the kinder, gentler approach to incarceration.
But use of the internet?
Well, that's strictly prohibited. I don't know. He must have cracked the prison system's firewall code that prevents internet access.
Have you gotten any strange internet mail lately?
No, I would have told you.
Well, who knows what alternative signature he's using. Kate, I had them send this over from the penitentiary. Lucas designed a program that created a holographic image that overlaid his legal files, and his glasses had a polarized coating that enabled him to see it, undetected by, say, a guard who could be standing over his shoulder. And from there, he hacked the OctaHost server.
Can you retrieve his messages?
I'm trying, but all transmissions have been deleted or overwritten or encrypted.
Used to leave messages that could only be read under a black light. Now they're computer encrypted and sent to someone else. Not me.
You're what he lives for. His murders were driven by an obsession that won't die until he does.
Sam. I can't tell you how happy I was to hear you were coming. And Agent Malone, to what do I owe this unexpected pleasure?
We know you're on the internet, Lucas. And we know the communication was initiated by you.
And I thought you just stopped by to chew the fat.
Who are you communicating with?
How's your dad? I wish I could tell you how I obtained the details of his involvement in that rather sordid viral experiment, but revealing my sources would have a chilling effect on the flow of information.
We're gonna find out who you linked up with.
Oh? What makes you so sure?
Because you want us to.
For what purpose?
Part of the game.
The game is meaningless without purpose. What's the purpose? Come on, Sam. Why would I try to contact the outside world? Yeah, assuming that's what I've done.
I don't know. Maybe you're lonely.
What was Daddy's response when you confronted him with his moral lapse? You know, the lives of those 40 people did have value, if only to them.
You have no right to talk about the value of human life.
Did he justify it with, I was merely following orders, that for the greater good of mankind crap? Or did he rely on the time on...
I don't know what you're trying to gain by this stunt. But if you think it can't get worse for you in here, believe me, it can.
It's already my tomb. So what you should think about is, what do I have to lose?
I didn't think we'd get a name from this son of a bitch, but I hope we'd get something.
We did. When I said he was lonely, a look of sadness came across his face. It was very human, very uncharacteristic. Let's have George focus on internet sites that cater to cults, hero worshipping.
I think he has a disciple.
Well, it can't affect me from inside here. But if you had someone outside to do his bidding.
Someone who appreciates Russian history. Man, I wasn't able to crack his latest encryption, but I did find his signature on the Interhost mainframe. Holy Devil.
Rasputin. That was a nickname given to Gregory Rasputin's Svengali to Tsar Nicholas II. Rasputin used his spiritual influence to essentially reverse their roles. The Tsar did his bidding. Well, Lucas was always interested in religious themes. I mean, after all, we did go to Sunday school together.
Now, we assumed that last night was the first time he made contact outside the prison, but we were wrong. He's been online for at least the last 6 weeks.
These are his pen pals.
It's out of character for him to waste his time communicating with all these people.
Unless he used them as hops in order to throw us off and then reroute email to just one person.
You find something with feathers and there's a leg in it for you. Otherwise, your dinner's out of a can like mine. Let's go, Rudy. Get the birdie. Come on, Rudy. Push him out. Come on. Rudy. Ted? I shot Ted. You stupid mongrel, I said something with feathers. Don't say nothing about this. Don't say nothing.
You know, Daniel's a really sweet guy.
I'm sure he is.
It's the kind of thing you never want to have to tell anyone.
Well, the sooner we deal with it, the easier it'll be on everyone. He'll hurt at first, but he'll understand. Calling off a wedding is it's a tough thing.
Calling off a wedding? I'm not calling off the wedding. Who said I was calling off the wedding?
Well, what was all that stuff about your future and my role in it? I mean, you said you needed to see me.
I need you to talk to Ariana. She seems to think that by marrying Daniel, I'm being disloyal to you.
So you want me to tell our daughter that marrying Daniel is not an act of disloyalty? That's my role in your future.
Bailey, what do you want from me?
I want you to admit what you know is true, that you want out of this wedding.
Bailey.
Because you still have feelings for me.
That's not the point.
Oh, yes, it is.
Bailey, my feelings for you are... Daniel will always, always be there for me. And right now, I need that more in my life than I... Please, just talk to Ariana. Let me go on with my life, okay?
Okay, that list of Lucas's online contacts was just a complete diversion. All of his communications were routed to Northern California.
Did you get a name?
No, just an area code so far. It's a rural area near the Oregon border. Nearest town is called Otis.
Lucas wants us there. Wants me there.
So I said to myself, Arn, no one's seen you. No one but Rudy, and I guess I can trust that old beast. But the more I thought about it, the more I knew I had to come in here and tell. I killed Ted Scourin, filled him with shot from my bird gun. I accept full responsibility.
What are you trying to say, Arn?
Sheriff Post. I'm Bailey Malone, VCTF. This is Dr. Waters, Agents Grant and Fraley. I called from our plane a couple of hours ago. About the Donald Lucas matter. A serial killer in custody in Atlanta. We believe he's on the internet with someone here in Otis.
Oh, hang tight a second, wait.
This guy carries a gun?
Sheriff Station.
I killed Ted Scourin.
Hi, Dwayne.
I didn't mean to. I thought Rudy'd flushed out a grouse.
Okay. Oh, a whole lot seems strange going on today. All right. Arn, that was Dwayne. He took a good look at Ted out in the woods, and he says there's not an ounce of bird shot in the carcass. So, you didn't kill him. But somebody did. Last murder we had in this town was, well, never. Now we have one just when you folks show up.
Well, I seriously doubt that it's a coincidence.
I agree.
Let's not jump to conclusions.
Big mistake.
Get a nice tight one of this.
No, let me go home and get my Super 8, Dwayne.
Stills will be fine.
No, dig it. We'll fade in from a 360 God shot, and then we'll trombone right to his face. The red face of the devil himself.
Dwayne? Oh, Ted.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's a nice bloom for this time of year.
Roses were Donald Lucas's signature.
He sent them to Dr. Waters repeatedly. Whoever he's been communicating with must have been instructed to leave them.
Yeah.
Bailey, take a look at this. Almonds?
Red color. Cyanide. You call the coroner?
Oh, well, actually, the car radio's on the fritz. The state police, they keep promising to donate their old equipment, but, well, thanks. Now, if I just had a coroner to call...
John, get Grace up here.
You bet. Oh, sir.
No tire tracks, no dragging marks. The body was carried in. Did you know the deceased?
Sure thing, it's a small town. Ted Scourin. He's a good bowler.
The modem just went active. It's registered to a Philip Mendez, 15 Fielding Road.
What do you know about Menzies?
Philip Mendez,
Come on, it's a small town, pal.
712.
They say Menzies moved here years ago. Lived by himself is what I hear. Used to work in chemistry.
Neither of you have ever seen him?
No, I never have, no.
Philip Menzies may be responsible for this murder. Possibly at the behest of Donald Lucas.
Watch where you point that gun, buddy.
Dining room's clear. Looks like no one's home.
What the hell's going on here?
Philip Menzies.
You're looking at him. And you're looking at one hell of a lawsuit.
Look, Mendez, come clean and come clean now or things are gonna get rough on you.
What are you talking about?
Let's just all get along. We play ball with you, you play ball with us, okay?
What the hell are you doing?
I thought I'd play good cop, bad cop, see what we could come up with.
You need 2 cops for that, Ed.
Dr. Menzies, you never heard of Donald Lucas?
I communicate with hundreds of people on the internet. I don't know them. I don't want to. That's the point.
He was once known on the internet as the Jack of all trades. His signature now is the Holy Devil.
Another clown who fancies himself Rasputin.
Yes, I see that you're well versed in Russian history.
I'm well versed in areas of study you can't pronounce.
We did some checking. You were a chemistry professor at Stanford, right?
That was my primary field.
We're examining your computer because there were communications that can be directly traced from here to Macon Penitentiary where Donald Lucas is being held.
I'm allowing you to examine my computer without a warrant. Would I have done that if I had anything to hide?
A refusal would have only raised more suspicion. Besides, the messages that were exchanged with Lucas are almost certainly encrypted.
I don't want to talk to you. I'll only talk to you.
You don't make that decision. A man's body was found less than 2 miles from here, with Lucas's calling card at the scene. Now, we've established contact between you and him, but he's in solitary.
And I'm in this chair. What do you think, I just jumped out of it, killed him, and dumped him in the woods?
I think he received a command from Lucas, then had someone else carry it out.
Who? I'm a recluse, you moron.
Easy, Professor.
Does anyone have access to your computer?
I'm a recluse. Doesn't anyone know what that word means?
Do you have anyone who works for you?
Dwight Parnell. Twice a day he sees unfed and watered.
So he could have had access to your computer.
Dwight can barely operate a toaster.
Where does he live?
In a 69 Ambassador. I didn't know the Lion King worked for you. That's what we call Dwight on account of his dreams.
No!
Sorry to wake you there, Dwight.
You know, I love what you've done with the place.
Who is that?
That's Otis.
Oh, so the town's named after him.
Yeah?
Huh. I guess it is. Have a seat, Dwight. Dwight Parnell, this is Agent Malone of the FBI.
I'm sorry.
For what?
Killing Dr. Menzies. I hated him.
What the hell's going on in this town? Does everyone confess to murders they didn't commit?
Menzies is alive, Dwight.
Oh. I must have dreamed it then. I have real realistic dreams.
Why do you hate Menzies?
Ever met him?
Did you dream you killed Ted Scowen, too?
Teddy's dead?
Out there in the woods, near Menzies' place.
Ted was a good bowler. I didn't kill him.
I think you did. I think you killed him because Menzies told you to, or because you tapped into his computer and Donald Lucas told you to.
I can't work his computer, and I don't know who Donald
Lucas
is.
So why does a young guy like you empty bedpans for a pain in the ass like him?
$6 an hour.
What do you do with the rest of your time?
I work for the animals. Endangered animals. The northern spotted owl and the short-tailed albacore.
Tell him about the dream, Dwight. Go on.
Ever since I was a kid, I sweat the night. Sometimes the day, dreaming nightmares. Lions. Tearing me apart. Sinking their teeth into my innards and ripping them out. I try and stuff them back in, but I can't. Sometimes there's more than one lion. Fight over my body. That's about it.
Why is Donald Lucas so important to you?
He killed my husband, as well as many other people.
Why'd he do it? Is he in love with you?
I guess he fancies himself to be, yes.
Love. The sins committed in its name.
You've been in this wheelchair all your life?
Not yet.
I can imagine that.
You can't imagine anything. You have no idea what suffering is, what blinding physical pain is. You have no concept of what it's like to have a mind revered as brilliant trapped inside a body reviled as grotesque. Your sympathy is transparent, Dr. Waters. So turn around and do something I'll never do. Walk out of my house.
Hey. It's been an hour and a half since I talked to George. He said he'd meet us here. Found something on Menzies' computer, and he was bringing the disc.
You tell him the right place?
Is there more than one diner in this town?
Hey, how many items would you say are on the menu?
20, 30.
Yeah, now look around. Everyone is having the same thing. They're having meatloaf, mashed potatoes, green peas with black coffee. It's like Stepford.
Oh, my God, you're right.
I know.
George's phone is out of service.
What can I get you folks?
Okay, I'm just gonna have the swordfish.
We don't have the swordfish.
Oh, okay, how is the chicken prepared?
We don't have that.
Chef salad.
Sorry.
Macaroni and cheese?
Nope.
Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and peas.
4 of them?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
My favorite.
Nice choice.
Thanks.
It is like Stepford.
So, what's your profile on the guy we're looking for? The disciple of Donald Lucas.
Well, I seriously doubt that it's Menzies.
Well, we can be reasonably sure he didn't commit the Scowen murder. But he has the background in chemistry to have worked up the poison, and he could have gotten Dwight to administer it.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that Menzies is psychologically incapable of being anyone's disciple. He's too egocentric. All he sees is his own affliction and the irony that while he's superior intellectually, physically he's been humbled.
That leaves Dwight. Deputy Dwayne tailed him to the pool hall he was playing for nickels and dimes.
Lucas would want someone with no ego. Someone whose life was validated only in the service of someone else. Someone who would give him unquestioning obedience.
Malone. When? And you're just telling me now? Find him, Ed. They lost Dwight. He left the pool hall and they lost him an hour ago.
George.
What do you want to do?
Cover the road between Menzies' place and the motel.
I want to talk to Menzies.
Do it. John, go with her. I'll go to Boast's office. We'll coordinate through there.
I don't have a clue where your friend George is. Finding people, isn't that the kind of thing you're supposed to do?
What about Dwight?
He hasn't shown up since morning.
I think there's a lot you're not telling us. I think you know where both of them are.
What purpose would I have in not telling you?
I don't know, but I think you're a malevolent little gnome who uses his infirmity.
John.
Well, that's impressive. Malevolent. 4 syllables.
Dr. Menzies, did George say anything to you before he left?
Computer generalities. He's not stupid. I found that surprising.
You know, I came here looking for Lucas's disciple. I realized that you could never be anyone's disciple. But I think that Dwight can. Now, whether he's Lucas's or yours, I don't know.
He has the IQ of a handball. Now, if I were going to choose a disciple...
He may have chosen you. He may have kidnapped George out of some misguided sense of obligation because of what George found in the computer.
Dwight wouldn't understand what's in the computer.
So how do you explain the fact that both George and Dwight disappeared at exactly the same time?
Maybe they're both out scouting short-tailed albacore. Now, I'm very tired, so unless you want to arrest me or tuck me in, I'm going to say goodnight.
So you got nothing out of Menzies? Yeah. No word on George yet. Okay, John, come back into town.
Oh, Dwayne checked out the old quarry. He didn't find anything. You know, it sure seems strange. Dwight and your man disappearing at the same time.
Did it ever occur to you, Sheriff, that the 2 events are related?
Why would they be?
I haven't figured that out yet. Any more than I've been able to figure out you or this whole town.
Well, we're just trying to get along.
I want state troopers setting up a 50-mile perimeter. All roads, highways, any means of transportation. We're dealing with the abduction of a federal agent.
But you don't know that yet.
Either you make the call or I will.
Sheriff Station, Bo speaking. Hi, Dwayne. Oh, Lord. Seems we've come across another body in the woods.
Norm Abbott, equipment rental business. Forklifts, backhoes. Good bowler.
How far are we from where the first body was found?
Oh, 100 yards, maybe?
Can you get me personal histories on the two victims? Anything that we can use to assess commonality?
Well, Ted and Norm hated each other for whatever that's worth, but I'll get you what I can.
The footprints lead all the way back to the road.
3 wounds, probably .22 caliber, no spillage.
He was carried in, like the first victim.
He's got to know about the increase in police presence, but he risks getting caught so he can use the same drop site.
Now, the brave or stupid.
Not just following orders.
The first guy cyanide, this guy bullets. Our killers are a renaissance, man.
When Rasputin was assassinated, they fed him enough cyanide to kill a horse, but it didn't work. So they shot him. They assumed that he was dead, so they dumped his body into a river. When his body was discovered, his lungs had filled with water. He drowned.
So you think Lucas, or whoever, is going to orchestrate another death? By drowning?
I don't know.
What the hell are you doing here? They're looking for you all over this. You're not the idiot I thought you were. You're talking to Lucas, and they suspect me.
This is no dream.
Norm Abbott and Ted Scowen were natives of Otis, but according to this, they carried on a feud that dated back almost 20 years.
What about?
I don't know, it just says a feud.
What?
I get the sense of like some sort of amputation. I mean, is there something about them that makes him want to cut them off from their families or this town? Or... Well, Norm had a family, but Ted was single.
Here's commonality for you. Same injection site as the first victim.
But the cause of death was a gunshot.
I know.
All the little fishies swimming in the dark, murky water. The fishes are lonely. They want company for their wet, wonderful world. Who will join them there? Who will join them in their wet, wonderful world?
How many K9 units are deployed? I want at least 2 more. Those woods are thick. They're not going to be able to cover a lot of ground. And I want the choppers flying constantly. I assume they're equipped with heat sensors.
I ground these beans myself.
Oh, thank you.
Why would Lucas want to grab your friend? I mean, it makes no sense to me.
I guess it's his way of keeping us here.
What for?
Until whatever he wants to happen happens. The second body was found much closer to this. What is this, the Otis town border, or?
No, that's just the fence.
What fence?
Fence.
When was this built?
Oh, before my time.
What is this place?
Oh, it's been shut up a long time.
Will you just answer the question?
I don't know.
You've never been inside?
Well, I can read.
We're going in.
But the sign says...
Get a pair of bolt cutters, Sheriff. We're going in. Build something like this if you want to keep people out.
Or keep them in.
Here.
folks in town hear about this?
We spent a lot of money. A lot of taxpayer dollars gone down the drain.
Maybe they just got tired. Government cutbacks gradually shut her down.
They didn't just shut this place down. They just left.
Someone's been in here.
Really?
George! George! It's like a bank vault. We need the card key for this.
Bailey, look at the scuff marks.
These look pretty fresh.
About the width of a wheelchair.
Are you sure about the chemical structure? Isn't there any other therapeutic use for it? My God.
That laboratory belonged to Menzies, or he had access to it. That card key has to be here somewhere.
Hey, Bill. Analysis of the chemicals we found at the hospital. The name would take about 3 days to pronounce, but in small doses, it destroys short-term memory.
And in large doses?
The Manchurian Candidate. If you wanted to create a human puppet, this is the stuff you'd use. It's very restricted. Also, toxicology confirmed that it was present in the tissues of the first 2 murder victims.
But the drug didn't kill them.
Well, the point is, we can probably assume that the dear Dr. Menzies was making a fresh batch.
Thanks, Rissy.
This wasn't here before. The killer must have left it. Probably Dwight Parnell.
A man who lives in his car and carries around a picture of Rasputin.
It's all a game, Bailey. All in Lucas's game.
Agent Malone! I got Agent Grant on the 2-way!
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
John. Sam, wait up! John. John.
Sorry.
It's locked from the inside. Must be some other entrance.
Dad.
Where are the bulk items?
In the car.
Sam!
And you have no idea where you've been for the last 24 hours? I'm gonna take a look at your foot, Bill.
Why? Did Dwight inject you with something? Do you remember where he was holding you? Oh, it must have been somewhere inside.
I have not. I don't remember. What is it?
Bailey, George was injected too.
Bailey, did I do that? Did I kill somebody?
Take it easy, Georgie.
I killed that man?
He was trying to kill Sam. It was the drugs, it wasn't you.
Justifiable homicide. I'm filling out the report. You saved that lady's life.
I don't remember anything.
Lucas accomplished what he wanted, even from prison. The experiments that my father conducted. The patients were warehoused here.
That's what the fence was for.
A large percentage of the people living here today are directly related to the people that my father experimented on. Scout and Abbott, their parents were test subjects, and Dwight, Parnell's father, committed suicide.
Maybe that's why he came after you. He was avenging his father. Dwight was injected with the drug.
Menzies didn't do it. There's nothing else he's physically incapable.
Dwight was the disciple Lucas created. He was easily manipulated. Lucas probably instructed him to inject himself. We already know about your father, Sam. Lucas had the information in his computer, and George discovered it weeks ago.
No. Wasn't enough to tell me he had to show me. You know, I kept getting the sense of some sort of surgery, like an amputation, right? And I never realized that I was the patient. He was trying to cut me off from the one person that I wanted to reach the most. My father. It won't work.
A line like that begs an explanation.
I know why you sent me to Otis. 4 more people are dead, and it still won't work.
I just thought you should meet some of your siblings. Not only did your father give seed to you, in a figurative way, he sired that entire town. Impressive if you want to think of it that way. Sam, I shone a light on the truth to show you the kind of man he is. Sam, don't go.